Hi, my name is Ryan, and I am an English tutor at the Digital Learning and Academic Support Center here at Baton Rouge Community College. Today, we're going to talk about the importance of the introduction and conclusion to an essay. If you write a really good introduction and a really good conclusion to an essay, the middle could be okay, you could still pull off an A. So, let's talk about three strategies for the introduction and the conclusion. First of all, this is a multi-field approach for writing, so it applies to science, social sciences, examples, biology, criminal justice, English. All of those can use these tactics or strategies we're about to see. A good introduction. The three parts to a good introduction: grasp the reader's attention, lead to the general subject, and three, announce your essay specifically, what you're going to be covering. And again, these are strategies for any field. Let's use an example of an actual essay done for criminal justice on police suicide. And it's a research paper. This is the introduction. A Winnipeg, Canada police inspector committed suicide on allegations of corruption, leaving behind a wife and 13 children. His suicide note was one line: maybe God has a place in heaven for cops because no one else understands us. Police suicide is a serious problem which is hidden to the public in every country in the world. We will analyze the factors that add up together to lead officers to committing suicide. So you see this first part, grasp the reader's attention. This guy committed suicide, leaving behind 13 children, his suicide note. Then leading to the subject of police suicide and how it's hidden to the public. And then what we will do, which is analyze factors that add up together to leading an officer to suicide. Now, the same way, a good conclusion also has three parts. The three parts we have is, most people already know, you summarize in your conclusion. A lot of people skip giving your opinion and analysis, right? You give your own opinion and you do your own analysis. And then there's something called close the door and open a window, which a lot of people don't know about, so I want to mention it here. It's a good way of ending an essay. And what that means is, in research, you close your research and you open the subject on another research. But it doesn't have to be research, right? It could be expanding your subject to a bigger horizon, closing the door and opening a window. So we're going to see two examples, right? First of all, a simple one for a biology experiment. So we have studied how mold appears on white bread and wheat bread in the dark. We have found that mold first appears on white bread. However, we have also found that once mold does appear, it spreads just as fast on both types of bread. Before starting the experiment, my personal opinion was that mold was going to spread faster on the white bread, which the experiment confirmed. A future experiment could be done in daylight to see if the results are confirmed. Okay, so here the three parts are separate: the summary, personal opinion, and closing the door and opening a window. In our last example, we're going to see how you can mix all three into one: personal opinion and summary, and also closing the door and opening a window. So this one here was done for an American literature essay of 4,000 words. This is the conclusion. Okay? Whether it is at the forefront of the battle for women's rights or for African Americans, and even along the way all races, we have seen that America has been at the forefront of the battle, and that the Olympic torch, so to say, was passed from age to age, and one generation influenced the other. So much so that we, the United States, have defined for the entire world the difference between a country of rights and a dictatorship as extremes on the scale. But this example could be taken into further future analysis of other areas: nature and imagery for one, rights of American Indians, rights of non-traditional genders, all throughout those same time periods. Or another example, how our ideals have fueled wars ideologically. When America joined World War I and II, for example, it was a matter of right and wrong first and foremost, as much so as during the War of Independence. Our ideals on multiple fronts have been carried out from generation to generation. The logical next step is for America to lead the entire world into our ideals of freedom, equality, and justice. We have set the tone, we have set the example. In the words of Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., if we are to have peace on earth, our loyalties must transcend our race, our tribe, our class, and our nation. And this means we must develop a world perspective. Again, a good introduction and conclusion is very important, and hopefully this assists with that matter.